Hey, so this week we're taking people from the fandoms we like and sorting them into the houses at Hogwarts. So I've always really liked How I Met Your Mother since about the third season, and all my friends that come over, I'm like, oh, you have to watch How I Met Your Mother, you have to watch How I Met Your Mother. And so I decided to sort the 5 main characters from How I Met Your Mother into the Hogwarts houses. This is going to be fun. Let's start with Mr. Legendary himself, Barney Stinson. Barney's interesting because he always has to get the girl. Barney's awesome for about 4 reasons. One, he always has to get the girl. He has slept with over 200 women. I've lost count. And it's like one of the things of his personality. 2, he loves to make jokes. He's always making really funny jokes. I think out of all the 5 characters in How I Met Your Mother, he's the funniest one. 3, he's legendary. Everything he does is over the top. Like when him and Ted went to lick the Liberty Bell, or the fact that he always wears a suit. I mean, that's just way over the top. And 4, on rare occasions, he can be nice. But very rare occasions. For example, when he got Robin a job at the morning TV news show, that was pretty nice. So let's place the sorting hat on his head, and he is Slytherin. Barney is cunning. He is sly. He is, you know, always coming up with schemes to get the girl, or schemes to do this, or schemes to do that. He has like the mind that plans things, like insane things, and I think that really makes him a Slytherin, and he's just all about the goal and the end prize, and that's what makes a Slytherin. Moving on to Ted Mosby. Now the whole show is based upon how Ted met his kid's mother, and it's basically a love story, and he's on a quest. And I think that just screams to me Gryffindor. I mean, he's on a quest. Isn't that like a Gryffindor thing to do? He is a genuinely nice guy. He's an architect. I mean, he's creative. And, you know, sometimes he has these moments of spontaneity a few times. Like when he bought a house. Or, like, sometimes he's always dating these random girls. You never know which of these girls might one day be the mother of his kids. But he always keeps his head up. And he always gives everyone a chance, and I think that's very Gryffindor of him. Lily! Lily's really funny because she's in love with Marshall, and Marshall's the only guy that she's ever been with. But she's also a bit of a freak, you know, when it comes to in-the-bed stuff. And every time other people are talking about in-the-bed stuff, she gets all, you know, excited and starts asking questions, you know. She's a school teacher, which is hot and sort of a hard job because she deals with little kids, so she has to be, you know, smart in how she deals with those kids. I think overall I would put Lily as a Ravenclaw. Most of the time she's just really smart. Lily is a strong Ravenclaw. Her cleverness and intelligence just puts her in that spot. Robin Scherbatsky. Robin is one of the most funnest characters out of all of them. She's Canadian, and she takes a lot of jokes about being Canadian throughout the show. Everybody's always making jokes about her Canadianness. It's so funny. But she does have some really cool personality traits. 1, she's very career driven. 2, she owns guns, and she likes guns, and that's weird. And she likes hockey. She likes, you know, guys that are like, I'm a hockey guy, and like getting beat up and stuff. She likes that macho testosterone-ness in guys. But she's trying really hard to be American. She can speak the American way, I guess, just fine, even though sometimes she doesn't know what she's talking about. Sometimes she tries to make references, and it's completely Canadian. I think I would place her in Slytherin, just because she's so, like, driven in her career. It's like, you know what I mean? She's also like the female version of Barney when it comes to dating. She's had a lot of boyfriends, and most of the time she's not looking for love. She's just looking for fun, although in recent seasons she is more looking for love. But I mean, she has had a lot of boyfriends. Marshall Erickson, Ted's best friend since college when they first roomed together in the dorm. Also Lily's husband. He's a lawyer, and he comes from a good country home. He has good country values, like as opposed to city values. He's like country boy, but he is just the most awesome friend, loyal to the end, and that's why he's a Hufflepuff. Okay, really quickly, here at the end of this video, I finished reading Sleeping Naked is Green. I actually finished it in a week. It goes over all of the 366 changes she made. Yes, this challenge was done during a leap year, so there were 366 changes. But she doesn't talk about each one individually. She actually doesn't really talk about any one in particular throughout the whole book. The book is sort of like a timeline of what happened in her life throughout these changes. And it's pretty funny because this is more of a... This goes really well with what I was talking about earlier in How I Met Your Mother. This is more of a how I met my husband story rather than being green story. Most of the changes she does keep up with. For example, she doesn't use a birth control pill anymore because she's afraid those hormones get leached out when she uses the bathroom and stuff, and like turns fish hermaphroditic. And she definitely tries to use less paper, and she gives up styrofoam and always uses her own mug for coffee when she goes buys coffee, and just general things like that. The funny thing is that many times during this challenge she was looking for what the next challenge was, and some of the challenges canceled out earlier challenges. One of the challenges was let it mellow if it's yellow, and if it's brown, flush it down. That was pretty funny. And another one was she gave up toilet paper for when she pees. Instead she uses a squirt bottle and a cloth. And I thought that was weird. Another one was to sleep naked because then you have less laundry and less pajamas. And it's just really funny. Turning your thermostat down, she unplugged her fridge, she unplugged her oven. Like, this crazy amount of stuff. She stopped using her dishwasher, then she switched her dishwashing soap to only biodegradable soap, and then she kept like just switching really small things in her house. At the end she was barely using any deodorant, no makeup, though there was an earlier change before that where she used only like environmentally friendly makeup. It was just a lot of changes that she did. Overall, this book I would rate it 6.5. I'm not really that much into non-fiction, but I bought it thinking that it would give me ideas to be environmentally friendly, and it really did it. It was just really an entertaining read. It had all the ideas in here, but she doesn't really talk about them as much as she talks about what happens in her life while she's going through the motions of doing these changes. So yeah, all that's going on. 6.5, slightly recommended, but not really, not the best environmental Be Green book I've ever read. But if you want to read it, you're more than welcome to. Also, she has a blog called Green as a Thistle where she chronicled her changes, and I'm going to link it down in the description. And recently she got married, and like some of her new blog posts are about that, but she blogs very infrequently now. Most of the blog posts were from the year that she was doing this challenge. Aaron, see you Friday.